all started with the question that how Islamic art and especially Persian art came to Chicago. So I started researching when I was like first year of my graduate studies in Arts Administration and Policy program at SAIC. And then I contacted the Library of the Art Institute to figure out if they have anything from the Arturo Pompo. And after I insisted that Arturo Pompo was the advisor of Islamic art at the Art Institute for several years. So they did a research and they said, yes, we have letters of it. So that was the beginning of this exhibition. I started my internship there in the archive, institutional archive of the Art Institute of Chicago. And for over a year, I did a research into all the exhibitions related to Islamic art. One of the oldest books that I found in the stacks of the special collections of the library is the book from 1776. A French traveler went to Orient and actually he wrote this encyclopedia of Bibliothèque Orientale, and so it's very interesting because I can actually read the words which are in Farsi and Arabic, and but the description is in French. So when I went through the exhibition history, I found these two pictures, which actually one is from the first annual craft exhibition at the Art Institute, and you can see the carpet, which is the Oriental carpet, and 11 years later you can see the small cleans and carpets on the wall, and how the exhibition, like the interior design, has changed through the time. So the other case that you see here is the one that I really feel very personal and emotional about that, because these are the books that I used to read and actually hear a lot about them when I was in Iran. So Chardin, Sir John Chardin, a French traveler who traveled to Persia in 17th century in Safavid era, and he wrote these 10 volumes of book, and we always in Iran, when we want to refer to Safavid, we actually refer to him. So one curator that was very influential was Charles Fabbens Kelly, who was the curator of Oriental art, and we have his diary notebook here. So how he was like a very diligent curator, that he wrote every day his diary for 5 years, and he actually explained which carpet he acquired, what actually art piece, and who met in that day. So one case that is very interesting for me is this one, which has a large book that you see. It's an engraving by French painter Jean-Baptiste Van Moor, who in 17th century actually traveled to Turkey because he was working in French embassy in Istanbul. And so he traveled to Orient and those countries, and he did all these engravings. And one interesting thing about this book is actually I used to see that it's a sparkling, but I didn't notice what are those sparkling, small sickles. And then when we took the book to conservation, we actually saw them with magnifier, and we figure out they are real jewelry on every engraving of this book. So you see here is a Persian female, and so on the headpiece and also neck piece, there are a real jewelry from 17th century. But now basically it is actually, I guess it's still conveying the message that how the Islamic art was very popular and not trendy, but it was well received in those years, and how actually after 1974, which is the Near Eastern art in Chicago collection, the exhibition which has the last case in the exhibition, we can see how after that we don't have that many Islamic art exhibitions after.